Good morning, students. How are you? I think you are well and you are also enjoying your online classes arranged by your school. So you are greatly benefited from your online classes. At present, you have got a chance to maintain your daily routine and also your daily activities. That's why you should be grateful to our Honorable Headmaster, Mrs. Laila Hasina Banu, and also to the teachers who have tried their best, who have worked hard to make the classes fruitful and effective, who have tried to teach you in a pleasant way or in a joyful way. Dear students, today I have come before you through online for the second time. I will conduct a class today on English second paper, and my topic is today transformation of sentences. Transformation of sentences. Dear students, before going to discuss about transformation of sentences, I would like to share with you some ideas. That means I like to make you remember your previous idea about sentence. All of you know the definition of sentence. What is sentence? A sentence is a group of words that make a complete sense. And we also know, on the basis of meaning, sentences are of 5 kinds. They are assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and also exclamatory. And you have learned about them from class 6 to class 8, and you have also transformed them from assertive to interrogative, from assertive to imperative, from assertive to exclamatory, and also vice versa. Today, I will discuss with you the kinds of sentences or the types of sentences on the basis of structure. What is structure? Structure is just like a framework. Who makes this framework? Clause. Clause makes this framework. So what is clause? A clause is a part of sentence. To have a clear idea, before going to discuss about clause, we should know about phrase. What is phrase? A phrase is a group of words which means something special. A clause is also a group of words, but it has a subject and a finite verb. So, the basic difference between a phrase and a clause: in a phrase, there is no subject or there is no finite verb, but there are also words. But in a clause, there is subject and there is finite verb. So what is finite verb, dear students? You all know the verbs that changes on the basis of a subject, its person, number, and also tenses. Here you see, I go to school. Here the verb is go. But when you change the subject, he goes to school. So here the verb is finite verb because it has changes when the subject is changed. So all the verbs that you know, strong verbs or weak verbs, all are finite verb. Then if there is finite verb, so I think there is also non-finite verb. What is non-finite verb? Non-finite verb is nothing. The finite verbs, but they takes a structure. And non-finite verbs are means the verbs which are known in brief IGP. IGP means infinitive. Infinitive. Its structure 2 plus verb, present form. Then gerund means verb, present form plus ing. Then participle. Participles. Participles here, present participle, past participle, and also perfect participle. So clear, dear students? These verbs, that means non-finite verb, they don't change on the basis of subject, its person, or number, or tenses. Here you see, I like to enjoy the game. Here, finite verb like. Here, non-finite verb to enjoy because it's infinitive. 2 plus verb base form or present form. Then if I change the subject, he, then likes to enjoy the game. What do we find here? Subject changes, also verb, finite verb changes, but non-finite verb, no change. So, non-finite verbs cannot make a clause. Clause make finite verb. So, where there is clause, there is finite verb. But in phrase, there is no finite verb. There may be the non-finite verbs. There may be the non-finite verbs. Now, dear students, on the how many kinds of clauses are there? There are two types of clauses. They are known as main clause or principal clause or independent clause, and the another is subordinate clause or dependent clause. So what is main clause? A main clause is the clause that can express its meaning itself. It does not depend on another clause. But subordinate clause, it can't express its meaning. It is dependent on the main clause. Here you see, you need oil. You will learn oil. Dear students, how many clauses are there? If you read oil, you will learn oil. Here are two clauses. Here, subject, finite verb. Subject and finite verb. The first clause of the sentence, if you ask someone only, if you read oil, then it can't make its meaning clear. But if you just ask someone or tell someone you will learn well, it makes the meaning clear. But when you say if you read well, you will learn well, then this is clear on the basis of the main clause. So here you will learn well, this is main clause, and if you read well, this is subordinate clause. Now, kinds or types of sentences. Dear students, on the basis of clauses, main clause and subordinate clause, a sentence is of three types or three kinds. You see here, number one, simple sentence. Number two, complex sentence. Number three, compound sentence. Simple sentence. What is simple sentence? A simple sentence is a sentence which has only one clause, and the clause must be main clause. So a simple sentence is a sentence which has a one main clause, but there is no other subordinate clause. Here you see, I eat rice. Here, I eat rice. This is a main clause because it can make its meaning clear. So this is main clause. In simple sentence, besides a main clause, there may be infinitive phrase, gerund or participles in a simple sentence. You see here, I saw the man walking along the road. Here you see, here only one clause, and this is main clause, and here walking along the road. This is participle phrase. So a simple sentence, only one main clause, but there may be infinitive, gerund or participles. Then we come to complex sentence. We come to complex sentence. What is complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence which has one main clause but one or more subordinate clauses. Which is one main clause but one or more subordinate clauses. Now you see, since I was ill, I did not go to school. How many clauses do we find here? Here we find two clauses. Since I was ill, then I did not go to school. If you only say this portion, that means since I was ill, then the meaning is not clear to us. What do you want to say? If you say only since I was ill. But if you say only I did not go to school, the meaning becomes clear to us that you did not go to school. But when you will say since I was ill, I did not go to school, then the meaning of this portion is clear. So here it is subordinate clause and it is main clause. But what we find in the definition of a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence which has one main clause but one or more subordinate clause. Here only one, a single subordinate clause. Then more subordinate clause. You see here, while I was walking in the field, I saw a cow which was eating grass. Here you see, how many clauses are there? Here are three clauses. While I was walking in the field, I saw a cow then which was eating grass. So here students, you see here, if you only say while I was walking in the field, then the meaning is not clear. The listener may ask you, so what happened while you were walking in the field? But if you say I saw a cow, only say I saw a cow, we can understand that you saw a cow. But if you say which was eating grass, then the meaning was not clear to us. Which means what? Who was eating grass? But when you say while I was walking in the field, I saw a cow which was eating grass, then the meaning is clear to us. So here, while I was walking in the field, this is subordinate clause. I saw a cow, this is main clause. Which was eating grass, this is subordinate clause. So dear students, is it clear to you? What we have found in simple sentence? Only one clause, and that is main clause. There may be phrases, but in case of complex sentence, one main clause and one subordinate clause must, but there may be more than one subordinate clause. Besides this, if you can't understand the meaning, if the meaning is not clear to you, whether how many clauses are there, then you can identify easily a complex sentence. How? In a complex sentence, the adverbial conjunctions are used as like as since, as, before, so that, so that, then relative pronouns, then what? Relative pronouns, and also when, then if. If you see these are used in a sentence before a clause, then it must be a complex sentence. Then now, dear students, compound sentence. What is compound sentence? A compound sentence is a sentence where there are more than two, minimum two main clauses, and they are connected by coordinating conjunctions. There may be at least two main clauses or more than two in a compound sentence. And when the main clauses are connected by coordinating conjunction in a compound sentence, then they are known as coordinate clause. So here you see here, I went there and helped him. So how many clauses are there? Two clauses. I went there and helped him. There the subject is here I. Here also the subject is I. So when you say I went there, the meaning is clear. I helped him, the meaning is clear. And they are connected by coordinating conjunction and. So here are two main clauses. But here you see, I called the man and he looked behind. He looked behind, but did not respond. How many clauses are there? There are three clauses. I called the man. He looked behind, did not respond. That means he. And here coordinating conjunction and but. So all the clauses here are independent and their meaning is clear to us. I called the man. Okay. He looked behind. Okay. He did not respond. Okay. So here we find a compound sentence. All the clauses here are main or independent or principal clauses. But in case of complex sentence, there is only one main clause, one or more subordinate clause. Here minimum two main clauses or more than two main clauses. Here is no subordinate clause. So subordinate clause is only present in complex sentence. But in simple sentence, only one main clause. In compound sentence, two or more than two main clauses. In complex sentence, one main clause. So main clause is present in all the sentences, because without main clause, a sentence cannot make its meaning clear. So, dear students, can you understand the structure of sentence? Then, if you understand the clauses and if you can identify the sentences, whether it is simple or it is complex or it is compound, then you have to learn how can we make a simple sentence a complex sentence, or a complex sentence into a compound sentence, or a compound sentence into a simple sentence. Then we have to discuss it. We will discuss it. Before that, I like to give you some tasks. That means you have to identify the sentences and the clauses in the sentence. If it is simple sentence, then what is the clause? If it is compound sentence, so which are the clauses? If it is complex sentence, so which are the clauses, and which clause is main clause or which clause is subject clause? So dear students, now you write down on your notebook and underline the clauses. Here, number 1, we eat to live. Number 2, when he saw me, he ran away. Number 3, I went to